It's almost impossible to describe what it's like to be underwater, which is why I wanted to launch Oceangate. Oceangate's mission is to expand humanity's understanding of the ocean through exploration, research, and responsible commercialization. The reason that it's critical that people go underwater and explore the ocean in person in a submarine versus a robot is that it establishes an emotional context and a awareness that is personal.
It lets you have a first-hand experience of that environment and see what's down there with your own eyes versus just watching it on a video screen. And that's where the manned sub really shines over the ROV.
Submersibles can be used by a number of different groups. Researchers who might be looking at biological resources, geologic formations, or infrastructure issues. Government agencies, commercial operators such as salvage companies that might want to inspect shipwrecks prior to salvaging them or look at a sunken ship for insurance purposes. And then there is the adventure tourist. These are individuals who want a different travel experience, who might want to come with us to see the Titanic or hydrothermal vents or tons of wrecks yet to be discovered. Oceangate owns 3 submersibles. We have Antipodes, which can go to 305 meters or 1,000 feet. Cyclops 1, which goes to 500 meters or 1,600 feet, and Titan, which goes to 4,000 meters or 13,200 feet. All our submersibles can carry 5 people. That is typically a pilot, a researcher, and then 3 mission specialists. It's very unique. Most other submersibles, even the shallow diving submersibles, are 3-person submersibles, or they're 40 and 60-person tourist subs. So we fit a niche of reasonably high capacity for a research submersible and significant depth capability.
Recreational depth limits for scuba are around 130 feet, which is nothing for these subs. We can stay down as long as we want, as long as we're comfortable. The controls are driven off of a PlayStation 3 controller, so with a little bit of training, if you know how to play a video game, you can drive one of our subs.
You have huge viewports, and in Titan we have the largest viewport on any deep diving sub, and we also have a number of high definition cameras and 4K cameras, so you have displays and images, and you can see out as far as the light will go depending on what the visibility is.
I think people will be surprised just how transported you feel, especially when you're underwater and you can't see the light coming from the surface anymore. It might feel kind of odd, but it's also just breathtaking to realize how phenomenal it is what you're doing. And then I think at that point is probably when you'll realize how useful it is for a variety of industries.
I get the greatest joy when we find something new, which is every dive. But when you find something, and particularly when you do that with someone who's never been in a sub before, and going down with a researcher who would say, hey, I've researched this type of fish my entire life, but I've never seen it in its habitat. And they say, that's the first time I've seen it in this fashion, and I've had new insights into that. That really is a moving time for me to hear that.
Oh my God!
6
Six skill, swear to God, come forward. I have done thousands of dives all over the world, and I've never seen a 6 skill. So there you go, that's my first.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
God, what a great view of him.
That might be one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Get that tail.
The most difficult and expensive aspect of submersible operations is the launch and recovery of the vehicle. And most deep diving subs have dedicated ships with very expensive launch and retrieval systems. We made our system on the backs of the work that was done at the Hawaii Undersea Research Lab, and we launched the sub on the platform that is towed behind the mothership, and then the submersible command module leaves the platform, does its mission, comes back to the submersible, mates underwater to the platform, and then is brought to the surface.